an animation for TV, because before that, they had squashed cats, and we're talking about it, so, and Clutch Cargo were people. Things happened to people. It was an adventure. And if you look at Clutch, he looks just like Harrison Ford. It just happened. But anyway, and it was in color. We were one of the first ones that ever did color for TV. So everybody would run for 26 years in Chicago, et cetera, et cetera. So that's a long time ago.
Can you do your Spinner voice for us?
Can I do what?
Spinner. Spinner.
I just did.
But do it again.
Oh, do it again. Gee, what do we do now, Clutch? Where do we go? I'm coming. I'm coming. I really am, Clutch.
And how did you film that, Margaret? How did they film you doing that?
Well, we did our mouths, real human mouths on that were projected over the artwork, because we had to do $3,360 per episode. We couldn't go over that, and it was color, Technicolor, and all the things that were with us. So the mouth is obviously what the most expensive. So here was a still piece of art, and our mouths were projected over it. It's real weird. Some people loved it. Some people go, ooh, what's happening?
But they strapped you to a chair so you couldn't move. They strapped your head to the chair and your shoulders.
And it was all white around, and then they put lipstick on to go with whatever the character was. And then they would film that, and then that piece is what they would project on to the later on after they processed it.
And weren't they filming you one of the times you had a baby?
Well, yes, the first one that we did, I was expecting momentarily, and so they came over and they said, we go into production next Monday, so you've got Friday, Saturday, or Sundays to have the baby. And guess what? I had on Friday.
And there it was.
Yeah, so it's quite historic. And I'll see what I can find, just little bits and pieces that you might use. Okay?
That's wonderful. Thank you so much.
All right. And if you don't use it, I will still like you. So what have we got all over here?
We've got some of our classic Disney artwork on this wall. We have Deja.
Mark Davis. You have anything by him? He did Tinkerbell, of course.
Yes.
It's all his fault that people love him.
He used to play it.
He took and made this character that is, I don't know where it came from, I think. It was just fantastic. And the first time that I saw it, there was a sketch pinned up on the wall in his office, and I was going to be interviewed, see whether I could do the work. And I thought, that is the cutest thing I ever saw. And he asked me to do the scene where she steps on the mirror. And so I played her about 9 years of age, and the fact that she had never seen a mirror before. And so he said, after I finished it, he said, would it be convenient for you to come to work next Tuesday? No one had ever asked me whether it would be convenient to come to work next Tuesday. But working at Disney Studios, I had worked at all the other studios. I was about 18 or 19, right around in there. They could not compare to the fun of Disney Studio. People chatted with people, laughing, and they would help you out immediately. If you had to go here, they'd say, oh, I'll take care of it. It was so different, and it still is, as far as I know. The last time I was there a year ago, I guess, it was the same thing. And so working at Disney was pretty great. And working for him, brilliant. Well, his whole history shows that, but he's a dear man on top of that. And about 30 years later, I'm having lunch with Mark and his wife Alice in Club 33, I will have you know. And so I said, what possessed you to draw a character that shows her underpants? And he looked at me and says, Margaret? I said, yeah. He said, did you ever notice they're always clean? Okay, Mark, that took care of that. But he was precious and brilliant.